Misplaced my coffee. By golly. Um, and that's okay, Chipper. You wouldn't be the first person who unsubscribed from you. I got distracted. I argue with people on other people's comment threads. Now you'll know why I have alternate channels. One of those guys. I go and troll the trolls. Because Mark, we have Chipper66, Mr. Tommy Boy 9 is in the house, and he's in a hurry. And Diggers Outdoors, Carol W, and Mr. Bullfrog 79 himself, Uncle Al, Ted Simonis, I don't know how to say it. C103, aka Mark. Then we got Keith in the house. Yeah. Been practicing, been watching live streams. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to actually talk about anything. You're supposed to be like calling out everybody in the deal. Y'all feel special yet? If you don't feel special, if I have to yell your name into a microphone for you to feel special, it's a secret. Here, I'll tell you a secret. You're screwed. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Really, well, most of you. Uh, the Clifford, I'm got on my laptop because it did such a good job. I thought I'd try this again. So I gotta be careful. I don't know how to. Let me figure out how to. Did I miss? Oh yeah, I missed Clifford. Hey, Clifford Baldwin, how is things going? No, he did not. Um, he can't go live unless Sippy has the evening off, and being how she is a medical professional and works at one of them there institutions of health, then well, made me get something. Um, she has rolling days off, and tonight's not one of them. Hey, Trey, 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 Trey. So I forgot that we had a state called Iowa. I actually like Iowa. I forgot it was a state. I was looking at the weather and I was like, what is that state? I can't for life. I cannot pull that state out. Mm, Miss Smarty Pants in there knows all of them. I get do that if she's got a better map than I do. Hey, T-Bore. Ooh, strong coffee. That's what this is. This is really strong coffee. No, I'm not usually in this good mood on Saturday. I took a power nap. Um, we are going to talk about invasive species as food source. They are often overlooked and vilified by people as being unhealthy, unsavory, and downright dangerous for consumption. This is not true. Though many invasive species are indeed dangerous and harmful to the local demobiographic economological situations, not all of them. Some of them have been here for so long that we don't even realize that they're invasive. The tumbleweed, it's invasive. We brought those. They're real pretty. You know, they turned purple just before the first frost. Didn't know that, did you? Really kind of, it's pink, it's purple. Watch next time. Yeah, look at all them. All them tumbleweeds is purple. Why is all them tumbleweeds purple? Because that's the flower. And it goes from flower to seed to dead quick. Do not touch it after it gets flowers on it. Do not touch it after it gets buds on it. It will stab you to death. But when it's little bitty, 3, 4 inches tall, well, 3 to 6 inches. From the time it comes out of the ground to the time it gets about 6 inches tall, you can tell when it's waited too long, when you reach down there and it stabs you, starts fighting back. You don't really want to eat stickers. But in a pinch, you can take those and you can literally snip all them stickers off. The cat was asleep behind me and I did not know. I believe you, Trey. You need to get him, do a real big, do something on hellfire and damnation. Make them scared, man. Tell them the only way to keep from burning in the eternal pits of fire is if they give you lots of love offering money. Oh, sorry. Slip back into my Southern Baptist thing there for a minute, man. Just make everybody feel good. Let them know that God's there and got their back and they don't need you to sweat it. It'll be fun. Sing party. No, that's fine. Um, Not really. I just made that topic up because that's what I was arguing with a guy over was invasive species. I asked the missus what I should do tonight, and she said, title it, my wife is off vacation and she leaves me now every day and I'm bored and lonely or something like that. Um, it's actually a really good title, but I don't want to spell all those words. You can Clifford on the young tumbleweeds, Russian thistle, whatever you can call it. Um, you can eat them raw when they're little bitty. I would wash them first. I think they're delicious. Uh, but you just and I know everybody's fixing to run their head about it, but they're absolutely delicious if you fry them in bacon grease. It tastes like just like spinach or anything else. They're green. They're high in antioxidants. Uh, they got vitamin C, vitamin whatever alphabet. They got all kinds of good stuff in them. I didn't pull any of this stuff up. And I mentioned that I wasn't really prepared for this topic, but you can eat them raw if you don't have chickens and birds and stuff flying around pooping on stuff. You got to watch out though. You got to beat the goats and the deer to them. Literally, the reason there aren't tumbleweeds everywhere, just a solid blanket of tumbleweeds everywhere you look, is because everything is figured out that they taste good. Uh, they have carbohydrates in them when they're small. They got chlorophyll. They got sugars. So yeah, maybe not dog pee, but coyote pee. Depending on where you're at. If you're harvesting them from an alley or whatever, I definitely wash them first. Um, but you know, what they call them? Tumbleweeds, railroad weeds, milkweeds. No, milkweed may be native. I don't know. Several of the uh, see the tumbleweeds were brought over here actually as a food source because you could take a thimble full of seeds and throw them around with hardly any tilling at all. They come up, they grow real fast, and all you have to do is let one or two of them go to seed. And the plan is you don't let it go after it goes purple and then turns, I think it turns almost black after it makes the seeds or whatever, and then it dies, turns into a giant ball that rolls off. Anyway, when it's rolling away, that's how it spreads the seeds. Every time it rolls and bounces, it knocks out some little tiny seeds. But then you take the one or two that you left that you didn't eat, you put them on something and just smack them with a stick, and the seeds fall off. You collect the seeds. Uh, the seeds are small enough they get stuck in clothing. They hitchhike. People working the railroad. That's one of the railroad weeds. They showed up on the railroads first because the seeds were literally falling off people's clothing, taking over, starting growing. There, boom, weeds all over the place. Um, what's another good invasive species that you can eat? Uh, hog, aoudad, big head and Asian carp, uh, those little clams get up about the size of a quarter. It's about as big as they get. Well, round as a quarter, but fat like a get up about the size of a pecan, I guess. Yeah. Uh, they're invasive. They're edible. Um, hey man, how do you cut? Okay, Trey. Uh, on prickly pear, first you get rid of the glockets. You can either cut out each individual glocket pocket, which is not that big a deal, or you can burn them off. You can't really peel the cactus, but uh, if you've got a good sharp knife, or uh, believe it or not, the little carving tools, the little spoon carving tool or whatever, you can lay that cactus pad down and you can cut every one of them glocket deals off the side of your cactus, turn it over, do the same thing, and then just go around the outside of that cactus pad and trim the eighth inch off the outside of it, and you'll get rid of all of the stickers. And then you cut it in strips, quarter to three-eighths of an inch wide. You can boil it, you can fry it, you can steam it. Uh, Be aware that it's going to do like okra and it's going to make a slime. Uh, if you can, if you have access to vinegar, you can soak it in vinegar before you fry it, and it tastes almost like fried pickles that way. Um, it when you fry it, or any well, uh, cactus has a flavor reminiscent of uh, citrus. It tastes like okra with lemon juice. It's I love it. It's literally one of my favorite foods. There's a restaurant here that serves it, and I go in there and I pay money for them to put grilled cactus on my plate. Hey, Billy, Will, what I miss? What I miss? What I miss? The big, what are those big toads that are down there? The ones that they brought in to get rid of the cane flies, or what? Or yeah, cane toads or something like that. Those great big suckers. Um, I want to go to Florida and go peacock and uh, iguana and those big lizards they got in Everglade and python hunting. I want to go down there and do catch and cook. I just want I just want to go through. I think it's some of the keys down there. They got them real bad. Peacocks are just running around wild in southern Florida and stuff. I just want to go around there. I just want to walk up to a peacock and hit it in the head with a stick and throw it in the back of my truck. I just want to do urban catch and cooks with invasive animals. I'm gonna go for one of them big white ones. So, one of them big pretty. I want a pretty peacock. I want to smack a pretty peacock in the head. Actually, I'd probably do it with a machete. Peacocks are actually kind of mean, like geese or swan. Swan. Rule one: when you buy a piece of property and somebody has left their swans on it, on the low, like there's a pond and there's swans on it, shoot the swans. First thing you do, shoot nutria or a rat, and I would I'd get one of those too. Um, the I can't remember the name of the lizard. They get up about 3 foot long and they eat everything. They like to eat bird eggs and baby birds and baby alligators and alligator eggs. What? Yeah, I've seen them before. Hey, Daniel. Not, I hadn't seen them tonight, no, man. But I haven't been watching the chat real close because I keep looking over here. I've got here. Let me close this. Let me just go home. I keep looking to make sure, man. I don't want to step on my favorite, whatever. And I'm going to go on record with this because this is what the argument was. Well, this is what the he still hasn't come back with any reply, so I guess he actually Googled it. Hope you're in here. Hope you Googled it. The manatee is not an invasive species to Florida. Quit running over them with your freaking boats. Quit acting like they're in your way. You're screwing up them having babies. They're just trying to live their life. They was there first. Manatees have been seen as far north as Cape Cod and as far south. Well, they're everywhere. They don't. They're migratory. They're grazing animals. They move to where the grass is growing and then they move back. Some of the manatees in Florida are trapped. They got trapped by those things they put in the rivers or whatever. They're not from there. Yeah, that's right. Because but if you hadn't put that, if humans hadn't come in and put that big chunk of concrete and steel walls in the way, they would have swam out and gone back to uh their winter home where it's warm. They don't like it when it cools off in Florida. They have to suffer through it. Jeez. Anyway, manatees are not invasive. They're not on the menu tonight. They shouldn't be on the menu, period. They're actually it's getting hard to spot them. You used to be able to see them all over the place. And then when I lived in Florida, man, if you got to see a manatee, you were lucky. They've they've got a bunch of restrictions and stuff on them now, and uh, on the way you behave around them and stuff. So they're actually starting to come back. You know, hillbillies are like, well, that's not even from around here. Those are from the Indies, just right off the coast. You twit. Um, that Trey, that be food. First time your turkey spurs you is the last time your turkey makes a sound. You need Miss S to come down there and handle it. All that guy's got to do is puff up to her one time. She'll blow his brains clean out. If you don't believe me, she raised that little rooster from a baby. And he spurred her one time on accident, tried to apologize. While he's apologizing, she shot him. It was sad. So, need to go back in your history. Yeah, they're in the Everglades, they're in some of the deals or whatever, but they used to go way up they used to go way up. They used to be seen all over the place, but they can't get past the dikes now. What is, um, okay, I'm gonna have to, anyway, let me see if I can get in my own chat without, probably not. Um, hey Jay, uh, you know what, y'all chatting it up tonight. No, well, actually, we should, here in a minute, Jay, remind me, and we'll define invasive species. The only thing worse than peacocks are guineas. That's what y'all are talking about. And see, they're trying to fix that peacock thing, Ted, because they're not from there. Peacocks aren't part of the ecosystem down there. When I see a peacock wandering around wild here, I shoot it because, yeah, I'm not interested. They're annoying, they're loud, they're stinky, they're nasty. Don't have pigeons. That's another thing. The feral rock dove is invasive. What do they call them? Flying rats. What do you call them? Anyway, those are good food. I've eaten those. Squabs are better, but because after they get to flying, they get muscle tone, and you have to cook them forever. That's the that's the thing. The cities where they're the problem, they're going to wind up having to start poisoning the birds. The, when you can't sleep for the sound of the birds outside, the non-native birds, and when you don't have native species in the trees and on the grounds because the pretty exotic birds are eating all the food and whooping the snot out of anything that tries to live around them, then you got to get rid of them. So, in an SHTF situation, the feral ducks down at the pond in the park, the peacock strutting around outside, the iguanas and those other lizards, which I can't remember what they were called, um, pythons, whatever they are that are down there. Um, anyway, learn what invasive species um, was it fauna, animals, fish, mammals, reptiles, avian species. Learn what are in your area. Learn what you can hunt 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Use those to hone your skills. Hunting season, because that's the only time you can shoot a deer. Um, there's squirrel here that don't belong here. You got to find out which squirrel it is in some areas. There are lizards that don't belong here. We have, I don't know, the last couple of winters might have taken them out, but we had wild chameleons in this town for a while. And uh, I don't, groundhog are not invasive. Bothersome, bothersome. Invasive means it is not indigenous to the area. Um, like England right now or Great Britain is having a real problem with American crawdads. They're wiping out the native crawdad species because somebody thought it'd be cool to have bigger crawdads over there. Well, guess what? You get the bigger crawdads over there, which now aren't as big. as they were here because it's a harsher environment. Yada yada yada. They're still bigger than the native crawdads. Blah blah blah. They're more aggressive. La la la. So they're losing their, which their crawdads are actually prettier than our crawdads. Doesn't matter. Somebody screwed up and took them over there. The silver carp and the big head carp, they literally filter all of the food out of the water, so there's nothing for any of the baby fish to eat. So you wind up with fewer perch, fewer shad, fewer bass, fewer catfish, fewer gar, fewer everything that actually belongs there. The armored catfish. We have the armored catfish in several rivers and lakes in the United or in Texas. Uh, a grackle is that annoying solid black bird with the bright yellow eyes, and a starling is black with coppery. Yes, one of them's black with coppery tips of the feathers, and the other one's black. One of them's the size of well, not as big as a robin, but not as small as a sparrow, and the other one's bigger than a robin. Uh, grackles have long tails. Uh, starlings have shorter tails. Yeah, H-necks, the starlings, then they need to be eradicated. Every time one makes a mistake of coming on my property, I take a shot at it because they kill woodpeckers, which serve a purpose. Um, the starlings don't serve that purpose. They were brought over here because somebody liked the way they sing or something. I can't remember what the reason was. Come on, work, work, dang you. Yeah. And the one of the sparrows that's real common around here actually is an indigenous. They don't care if you move here from California, but you're not going to make friends if you start trying to convince us to give out free heroin and let people sleep in the civic center who are too stoned not to piss themselves. I don't know. He's probably doing something with his wife and daughter or at work. He has to work a lot of evenings. And, and I honestly feel bad. There are a lot of Californians that are good people, just like there's a lot of Texans that are good people. But there's very few people in the Austin, Houston, uh, San Antonio, Dallas area that I would trust to watch my dog. Who's that? Hey, Burley. Oh no, he's Painless is a different one. Painless Brothers Outdoors is a different one. He come in. And or it, yeah, gummy. My scrolly thingy won't work. And now my chat's busted. Trying to catch up with the comments here, y'all. Give me just a minute. E, and if you have a YouTube channel and you know what a wild edible looks like and how to prepare it, and you haven't put a video up, irregardless of whether or not you're monetized or you know how to make a video or whatever, you need to put that information out there. You need to stand behind it. Like on the cactus thing, be aware that there are 1% of the population are allergic to cactus. So the first time you eat it, try a little bit, give it a minute. No, you don't. Um, and I like squirrel. Just there's not many out here where I'm at. Yeah, it's like that lady that lost on Alone or whatever. The She had a deer dead to rights. She had the bow and everything, but it was an endangered or protected whatever, so she couldn't shoot it. So she had to tap out. Squirrel's skin is tougher than you would think. Just like pack rat, rabbit skin's easier to tear than freaking rat skin is. Ground squirrel's real easy to clean, which is weird. Hey, Adam, in his Pinus Brothers Survival or whatever in here, what was it called? I couldn't find him in the chat. My chat's not scrolling right. Hey, B, I can try to find out where. And I don't know. I think you can go live if you've got a phone number associated with your account. Okay. I think somebody is wondering if you are associated with Rob Painless. And if you are, how come I don't know this? That's me asking. Uh, well, if it's in Ewan's, then I'm gonna hit this button. Now I just don't know. Somebody go check out Painless Brothers Outdoors channel. All right, I'm gonna do that. We're gonna check out Painless Brothers Outdoors together. Let me see what you got. You got any content over there, buddy? I'm gonna smack you, Rob. Rob's brother, maybe. Well, just check out this video here. Robert, that's it, buddy. You could tell me you did this. You could have told me who you were last time. Nobody talked to Painless Brothers Outdoors. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Why are you aiming at your brother, man? That's awful. Why why does he have his britches pulled up? That's awfuler. Oh wait, no. Or is that Reese? I didn't know he had a freaking channel. I didn't know he had his other one or whatever. He never tells people nothing. There, subscribe. Yeah, some kind of friend. Don't tell me nothing. I'm guarantee you, homie Claus ain't gonna be walking out in front of him on that if he stays back at the table no more. Hey man, you can change his britches from red to white. That's cool. All right, I'll come back and watch your stuff later. Yeah, Rob doesn't like. He doesn't want us to know where he's at. He's trying to be a secret. Oh, um, this guy named Rob Payne that's got a really cool. Who? Cameron. Hello, Cameron. Thank you, Cameron. There's that, Payne. And man, I went. You were in the last stream, and I never got on to who you were. I was like, man, that sounds. And I mentioned something about it, and I think you may have gave me a hint. But I didn't pick up on it then because reasons, I guess. I don't know. He has. He's gone gray man in the chat, and that's not fair. I mean, he put his freaking channel name right there at the front of it, and it took me a minute. Every time I make a different channel, people figure it out right away. Um, Not even funny. I guess I'm not creative enough. Cool. Um, really want to go to Canada and do ice fishing. The lockdown sucks. The end. I had talked myself into going up there this winter, and then didn't get to. So it's a lot of money to go up there. I don't make squat off my videos. In fact, I don't even think I remember to monetize this one. So y'all are getting in here for free. I want to cut a hole. I guess so, Chipper. Um, the I think so. Uh, Painter's Brothers Outdoors. I like man. That's a good channel name, dude. Um, uh, uh, I jumped on a squirrel and forgot which deer I was chasing. Go back up a little bit and read. Oh, ice fishing. Um, you go out and you put a tent on the ice and drill a hole, and you actually have a heater in the tent. Not that stupid ice fishing where you go out there and you run around all over the place. I don't do that. Oh yes, and the wife loves her new job with their antiquated equipment, but they're going to fix that. Yes, I think he does. I think he even has a sister. They just don't tell anybody about him. Now Rob won't introduce me to his sister. She's the new shock girl down at the titty bar. Y'all hear that? I'd visit her at work if she was that other thing. I'd drive miles to go see you at work. And I ain't lost anything in those places. But I was invited by the Wooded Beardsman to go and hang out with him and Jeremy and stuff. I want to do that. I want to do that early, Bob. I have West S merch. Nobody, um, if I can figure out how to get to it. Um, Copy. Do this. Y'all are gonna hear my channel intro in a little bit because I do. No, it's gonna be this one. I just hold on, y'all might get a little circle of death there for a second. Ah, wait, I'm gonna do it like this, that way I'll get the watch done. No, wait, I can't. I have to do it like this first. Hold on. I lied to everybody. Now calm down. Boom. Go there for my merchandise. Budget, budget. Let me thumbs out. I'm over here now. I can see all the stuff. All right. Excellent. 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 I'm gonna kill my live stream. So I can. That's funny. Okay. We say that after I close YouTube. I got because I have to remember to go back and go or search for everybody's channel because you can't go to their channels anymore. Here. Um, well, because to me, people were abusing it. I mean, people want to know why they make a law against something because people abuse it. There should literally not be a law against killing somebody because people, it just shouldn't occur to people to kill each other over stupid shit. But people do, so they had to make a law against it. Oh, well, since I know who you are now, Mr. Smarty Pants, try that now, strange, painless brother person whom I don't know. If that link doesn't get y'all to the my t-shirt shop, I don't know what to tell y'all. No, they made it illegal because you can't just murder people because you want to. That's, I mean, but the whole thing is like, what do you mean I can only kill 40 dove a day? Can you eat more than 40 dove a day? Can you eat 40 dove a day? Can you eat 20 dove a day? No. So why do you need to kill 300 dove They want a hunting trip. Just because your vehicle will do 150 down the highway safely doesn't mean other people's vehicle will do 150 miles an hour down the highway safely. Therefore, they had to put a maximum speed limit out there for other people's safety instead of people just chilling. I'm not anti-law. I'm not, you know, I'm anti people being stupid and forcing people to have to put laws. Jay, then tell your friends to get their license and y'all can all go hunting together and they can shoot their own damn birds. Problem solved. Not here. They can't make it across the flipping border because all they got to do is go to the other side. They got to just jump south of the flipping border. I mean, literally travel 100 yards and obliterate every dove they see. They have two guys down there loading shotguns and handing them back up to them so they can just keep shooting birds. There's that. If I'd remember to buy Coke every once in a while, I could have them, right. And see, that's something that bothers me. Pheasant are an invasive species. Okay. Yet you can't just hunt them whenever you want to. That annoys me. I don't think they would let you have the belt fed shotgun south of the border. They still have regulations on how many shells you can put in the gun. They just don't have regulations on how many guns you can have. And you have to be able to afford to buy the out of country license. It's a game for rich guys. What part of the world you live in, Adam? If you don't mind my asking. You live in Japan? You live in Japan and you want to move to Alaska? Well, you don't get it. Burley, you don't build a fire on the ice. You have a little stove. It's called a hot tent, but you don't get the temperature up to like 60 degrees in the tent. You still got to wear warm clothes. All right, Trey. God bless, man. Uh, be good. We'll be praying for you. Well, the purple sage isn't. That weed sage is. The trees not. Yeah, if you've got a floor in it, you can. If you're using uh, a fishing shack, you can. We don't do ice fishing down here because the lakes don't freeze over. Every once in a while, you get ice at the edge of the ponds, and that's about it. Hey, uh, Panda's Brothers Outdoors. Are you at home? Would you be interested in jumping up here and helping me keep these fine folks entertained, or or something? Okay, on these 30 flavor jelly bellies or whatever, do not. The first thing you do is dig out all of the French vanilla and don't eat them. Whoa, they taste horrid. Hey, big country survival. Cappuccino ones are real good though. Okay. I, I could not do your job, baby. Yeah, more than one screen going. My brain is fried right now. You have no idea how impressed I am. You got three going in there, and then you're not missing a beat, are you? At work, you do three. Hey, if I had half the brains my wife did, you people would all think I was smart. Yes, you did. I found some of those. I don't know how they got. I didn't think I had any more of those. I don't know how many I got, but I need to do a giveaway. It'll just be stickers because those are going to be. I'll have to find out how many I got. Um, which one? Well, I know which one it is. Uh, Not me. I am a non-violent person. I don't believe in doing stuff that is violent. Uh, I mean, what is a throwing knife or a throwing hatchet axe tomahawk thing even look like? What do they make? What do they make? They make those out of peanut butter? I'm actually, oh no. Hey, Old Spice, what part of the world you from? Well, if that was supposed to say talking, that's okay. But this is my that the channel that my grandkids uh lurk on. So, and we don't do politics on this channel. So, and we don't get ticked off at each other for making a joke. Oh, hey, Steve, I didn't know you came in. Did you start that? Did you start all this mess? You're in the valley, Corsair. Here, let me give you here. Here's my advice to you. You're doomed. Your chances of survival are null. And then zip. The only thing you can do to help anybody is to package up all of your really cool stuff and ship it to P.O. Box 251, Snyder, Texas 79550, care of Wes S. And I will be sure to distribute it to the needy. Seriously, take the bag so you'll know which one not to eat. You'll figure it out. You'll be like, oh, let's see. Well, I don't dump the ashtray, but you get one of those the white ones with the little tiny yellowy flakes or whatever. You're gonna be like, who put that goat turd in here? Um, I sent a link, not Rob. What? I thought you were the one that started the fight over the gas mask and stuff like that. Or I missed something somewhere. I don't know. I lost my mind. You have to change your name, Rob. You have to change it to Bros One or Bros Two. What's that? Adam, bamboo has a stronger tensile strength than steel. I've never laminated it. Should I try it? Uh, bamboo is depending on the kind of bamboo you got. Well, you're freaking Japan. You got bamboo. Yeah, whatever. You ready? You ready, sir? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Oh, he froze it. Well, I'm gonna bring in the stream anyway. And welcoming aboard.
I'm gonna kick
There
that
he
off.
is. That's
Howdy.
scary.
There. Oh, there we
Yeah,
go. That's
that's
better.
better. See, man, I should have
Hi,
said, hey,
everybody.
man, what shirt you gonna put on? I was wearing my come and take it.
Again, quit that.
Just go disconnect all the other wireless devices in the house and tell them y'all can't have any internet until I get through with this stream.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Um,
We'll kill the router. That'll show them.
the I would really like to have bamboo here. I actually tried to get bamboo started here, but it didn't work out. So, so when were you going to tell me that you had started an alternate channel?
I was waiting until I got it a little bit further along. There's not much there yet. We just kind of got it started as an idea we had. And so just hadn't yet. So got it on low definition. I was working on some of the settings here,
He
making
does
sure it's
look
cool.
just like Rob Painless,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
a lot. Some people say we're related. Bent to you, brother.
Uh, and I'm pretty sure that I flat out asked you in one of the streams.
You didn't. I kept waiting for you to, thinking, okay, I'm going to have to lie to him or admit it. I don't know which I'm going to do.
How many painlesses can there be out there? But then I was like, well, yeah, it's possible because I mean, there's like 10 West S's out there, man. So
You know,
uh,
that's weird, isn't it?
it is, but you know, when there's when you're me, you understand why people want to be me. It's the
Yep.
humility. The humility is what makes him envious.
Oh, I don't have a chat screen up. Let me get that. I don't know what anybody's saying. Pop out chat. Back to here. Bring it up. Pardon me while I talk to myself to make sure I do it right. There. Go. There we go.
Are you serious? It snowed in Southern California. It's on like Donkey Kong, man. That's it. That they done cut that other horse loose. Did you write their address down, Steve? In case someone sent you stuff.
No, that's actually what I sat down here to do. I think Wes froze up. I don't know if you. Oh, now he's moving again. I was going to sit down here and load another video or two. I did a video on skinning a deer, like pretty much almost start to finish. It was almost start because I forgot I was going to video it until I got like the first part of the hide peeled back, and then I got video of while we were out hunting that day too, and a couple of shots. So little by little, we'll see.
I
I
skinned
don't
a
know what possessed me.
raccoon in
That's pretty
South
cool.
Texas, and the whole time I was skinning the raccoon, I was talking to the camera,
Uh huh.
uh, but I didn't push the record button. So
I
yeah,
was
that
going to say I
video,
don't remember that video.
that video didn't happen.
Anna Lee, do you want to expand on that statement that you just made?
Ah ha ha. Good one, Steve. Are there pictures? I have books with pictures. I like books with pictures. Uh, I heard that. Hi, Cornelius.
Yeah.
What?
Wes says hello.
I love her laugh.
She's watching one of her TV shows. She made chocolate chip banana bread today.
Oh,
She's my favorite daughter again. That joke was in bad taste.
nah.
I didn't think that one through, did I?
All right. If she shares with me,
Yeah.
she'll be mine too. My daughter don't bake for me. Uh, she has got her a good job. Well, not a good job. She got a job, so that's all good. You ever find any more of that curly stuff up there, Rob? That curly dot?
No. I didn't. I
I was
didn't. I
afraid
hadn't
you wouldn't
thought to look
get
for
any.
it even.
Yeah, I was afraid you wouldn't get any more because y'all didn't have any rain. That stuff does. It was growing down there in that bottom, but if it doesn't rain, it's not going to have enough water. Uh, who came in? Ooh man,
Thank you,
ooh
Anna.
man. Mark Chase is
Oliver,
in
how
there.
are you, bud? Good to see you. I was talking about you today.
I don't know. Well, if it's snowing at the beach and there's bikinis out there, that would be the time to be there, I would think.
I was talking to Reese yesterday. I was telling him about being up in Colorado in the summertime. We used to ski at Arapahoe Basin until well into the summer, sometimes as late as Labor Day. And there were lots of ladies that went up there and skied in two-piece bikinis. And that's all good and fine until they crash and burn in the snow.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
The yeah, y'all talking about books over here in the chat, or I'm reading the chat over here because it's easier to read this chat than that chat. That chat's got a blue tint. It's really hard to read. Um, but
Hi and bye, Mark. I didn't even see Mark in
you're
here.
still supposed
Bye,
to
Mark.
find me
Chase.
a Boy Scout manual book thing.
Okay, you watching?
Yes. All right.
Sitting right here so it doesn't
Now
get
I got.
lost.
Honey, I'm gonna be gone in a
Got
while. No, it's okay.
got pictures and everything.
You gonna go with me? Just because you have to drive every day now.
Yeah, Oliver, I was telling my little brother today, we were talking about physics and things like that, and I told him about those magnets you had that would attach to silver coins. That still just blows my mind.
It's I don't know what with the coins, man. It's got to be something with the coins. I don't know what they're putting in the coin, but I was digging. I should have brought them in here. If I wind up with a strange piece of change, or used to whenever I'd just throw all my change and stuff, and then when I was counting it, I would actually inspect every piece. And whenever I get a cool coin or whatever, I would drop it in the bag. I used to have a bunch of them, but anyway, I found one of my bags the other day. I have a Mexican peso coin, but it was minted the year I was born. I just think
Ah,
that's the coolest crap ever. So, I mean, the chances of
it is.
that coin rolling through and winding up in my pocket, you know, the chances of me winding
Yeah.
up with a peso, period. I've got uh, I forgot I had it. It was a Buffalo Head nickel or a Buffalo nickel.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep that, and I dropped it in my wallet. And this was a long time ago. This is when I was a welder. Anyway, I forgot I'd put it in there, and that thing, I carried the same wallet for over a year. And when I got a new wallet, I was taking it out, and it was actually a pretty good looking uh, nickel when I put it in my wallet, and I put it between two leather pieces or whatever. And when I took it out, it had literally rubbed smooth. It's you can still tell it's a buffalo nickel, but
Wow.
it's not pretty.
How about
Ha
that?
ha ha, Anna.
Nickels don't usually wear down that fast, I didn't think.
Well, when I always kept my wallet on me all the time. you can't always trust the fellas you're working with. So
You don't say.
uh, I kept my wallet in my pocket the whole time I'd be working or whatever. So I'm sitting there, it's in my back pocket. I'm scooting around on the ground, and uh, dude, I would used to literally burn through pants. I would wear the if there was a place that welding needed to be done that nobody else had the balls to do it, that's where I was at.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the reason I am so tore up now is because, I mean, 150, 200 foot off the ground, that was me.
Yeah.
Down in the pit, hanging by my legs upside down, that was
Dana.
me. Uh, Crawling up inside a pipe, that was me.
Yeah. All that cotton lint inside that ductwork up there is on fire. Can somebody go in there and drag all that burning stuff out? I'll do it.
Yeah, I've been there too.
Weston's headed to the ER. Yeah, that was him.
When? Paid the bills. Uh, Only blew up 2 vessels. I don't know why you are so on me about that. When you weld it in a cone bottom tank and it goes from cone down to cone up, it's loud. I had a friend, he launched a heater treater. Back in the day, the old ones, they would just put the casing ring on the bottom of them and they didn't put the holes in them,
Yeah.
right? They would, they'd cut a hole and, well, the pipe that goes in the bottom, they would, they didn't used to put those in there. Okay. They used to just have a pipe that come in the side and turn down and it would siphon off the bottom. But the bottom of those heater treaters would get rusted out. Trust me, I've been in a bunch of them. Anyway, the because you pull the oil floats and then the water's got to come off somewhere and you take it off right off the bottom so you don't get BS and bottom sediment in the bottom of it, filling your heater treater up, lowering its capacity. Anyway, long story short, I was in there patching the bottom of one of those old ones that didn't have the holes cut in the side so it could vent, and there were leaks, and there was paraffin down in there, and the paraffin got really hot and started generating
Yeah.
gas,
Go
and
figure.
then I might have burned a hole all the way through where it was able to suck oxygen, and it may have elevated the heater treater slightly, just a little bit. It didn't break the
Weird
plumbing.
how that happens.
It is. A friend of mine, they had broke it loose for safety. So they've had all the lines loose. So, instead of just closing the valves, they took all the lines loose. So there was no way it could take out the rest of the tank battery because the guy was really up on safety. When his went, it went up in
Right.
the air 6 flipping feet.
Good
And I,
grief.
all you see is a welding hood and a look like a little short fat gorilla coming out the heat. He was out the ground. He was out of that freaking heater treater and run into his truck before that vessel got back to the ground. I was like, damn, you're quick. He wasn't going to ride that. Oh, I hope he's not in here.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny after it's all over and done with. But
Yeah.
my brother-in-law, he does oil field welding, and he has to go out and replace weld heads every now and then. For those that don't know how that works, they have to dig out around the weld. They dig out a pretty good hole around that weld head, and then you get down in there to where the steel is still mostly good, cut it off, and then set the new one on and weld it in place. Well, he got down in there, and there were all kinds of, that ground has been saturated with no telling what in the way of combustible petroleum, various gases, that kind of thing. But even after they dig it out, that stuff still kind of leaks into the hole. The safety protocol is that they run a big air blower kind of down in there and evacuate all the air out of the hole, like for double volume. And then they've got supposed to have guys with fire extinguishers and that kind of thing standing around just in case. Well, they had dug the hole and evacuated it the next day or the day before. So he gets there the next day. He says, "Did y'all evacuate the hole?" And they're like, "Uh-huh." He goes down in there, strikes his torch, about blows him out of the hole.
I have been
And
thrown out of the hole.
His helper that's supposed to be with the fire extinguishers up there going like that. He has to climb out, grab the fire extinguisher from that idiot, go back down in there and put his own fire out.
Gee.
Fortunately, he had all his leathers and everything on. So, it became a funny story instead of a funeral.
That sucks. The people would call me for it's called, when you put the bell nipple on there, you cut the top of the pipe off and you weld the new bell nipple on so you can put the new wellhead on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, "Please don't let it be Brown Brothers. Please, 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 please." Because man, they don't keep their stuff up. Anyway,
no, we're not going to get snow this week. We wish we were going to get snow. West might, but we're not. Again, it's all going to go somewhere else. We're still going to be nothing. Everybody's over there talking about snow. They don't care about our getting blowed up stories.
They don't, man. That's sad.
Yeah, where's the love?
Ooh, Deb told the story about being down there by the prison. The guy wanted me to. There was a section of his fence that somebody had run into. Anyway, it was all messed up, and it's a 2 3/8 tubing top rail on it. And I cut out a section, and I was cutting another section to put in it. And he supplied the pipe. I just showed up with the welder, and I had the old piece all cut out and out of the way, and measured the new piece. I cut the collar off, or no, I cut the bell off of one end of it, and went out there to the middle, and was cutting the other one, going to cut the other piece of length. And I didn't know that had been condemned because of paraffin. So I'm getting it good and hot, and I hit the cutting oxygen and stuff, and there's enough room in there that it's building up. But as I get maybe 2 inches into cutting the pipe, and it packs off the other end. It was flowing at first, but it pushing up with that paraffin back up in there where it plugged the end where I'd already cut it, and there was dirt in that other one, and it pressured up. Now I wasn't paying attention because the pressure was blowing the flux or the slag back up, but you have to deal with that when you're cutting tubing.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it went off like a freaking cannon, dude. It blew black wax for 20 feet, but I was only about a quarter mile from the prison. I had law enforcement all over me. Well, I didn't do that. Look, I don't even know what y'all talking about. I laugh every time I drive by that fence. It's easy to spot. There's a bunch of little quails and stuff on top of it. I didn't do the cutout. I just put it back on there. I've never been skilled enough to do the cutouts.
My little brother was telling me today back a couple of years ago, I showed him how to use a cutting torch. He'd never used one before. I couldn't believe it. But I had borrowed my buddy Joel's and taken it down to Brownwood where he was cutting up an old trailer, getting rid of an old mobile home, what it was. And I took that down there and showed him how to use it and, strike it, get the, flames in the jets just right so he could do it. And of course, he fell in love with it. So when he fast forward until about a week ago, he was, I guess, working, or maybe a little longer than that, but he was down at Brownwood again working. He was cutting one of the old trailer jack stands loose. And he said he had the torch on it and he heated it and he heated it and he kept it there. And he said it just wouldn't, he couldn't get the cut started. It just wouldn't get hot enough. And he said, while he's leaned over there, he said, all of a sudden he sees it kind of shake a little bit. And the next thing, it feels like somebody poured scalding water down his back. That thing had been full of water, and he heated it to the point that it finally built up enough pressure and boiled that water and blew it out the top, rained down on top of him.
Oh, in there. My favorite thing was to take a green mesquite limb, twig or whatever, and whenever you walk up to a heater treat or something, there's water squirting out the side of it, and here's the trick: you got to go there and you plug that water. You take that mesquite thing and you drive it in there, and then you weld. Probably you can either weld a collar around it, or you just make a little beehive on it. And if you're quick enough, you can do the beehive, and then when right about the time the stick bursts into flames, you can knock it off and then just close it up, and you just got this looks like a pile of goose shit on the side of the heater treater, and it'll hold water.
Yeah.
The best way to do it is you put the little collar on there or half collar on there and weld it in place, and then just screw a plug in it. But
Yeah.
if you don't have
Anybody
one,
can do that though. Yeah.
That's one thing I do not miss about being on location anywhere, showing up with a welder out there when one of those pumpers finally would get the company man to okay spending the money on a welder. He would not let you leave. He's like, go and get all that stuff you wanted a welder for done while you're there. I'm like, dude, I drove out here to do a 20-minute job on a 3-hour minimum. And now I'm going to be here for 8 hours. But it was okay.
I'm not sure what Adam and Tibor are talking about. They're talking about doing, yeah, that's what I thought. They're doing something we did one time at a party, because I like to be, I like to have fun at parties and show people fun things. We had a big bonfire going out there, and I showed them how you can take a balloon and fill it up with either acetylene or oxygen, and then tie it off and drift it into the bonfire. And it'll go right into the flames. And about the time it gets up to the tip of the flames, just for a second, there's a black spot where that balloon used to be. And then the concussion about knock you down. We did that, I don't know how long, over and over and over one night. There may have been beer involved.
Jeez. I don't know if you people are crazy. I just thought I was crazy.
I'll tell you something else you can do that makes a pretty good explosion too. And it's wasteful. It's alcohol abuse. But you can take a full bottle of beer, a long neck bottle of beer, and throw it into a campfire, and nobody notices it's there until that bottle heats up enough that it blows into about 1,000 pieces and knocks chunks of firewood out of the fire too. We didn't know it would do that. Somebody gave me a Budweiser, and I'm like, I ain't drinking that, and I threw it in the fire just as a joke. Well, about 3 minutes later,
Yeah. Okay. For those of you who do not know, Mr. Painless brother one does not drink.
well, I guess it wasn't important. I don't know what Painless Brother One did either at this point. I think it was going to be a good story, but we may never know. Anna, you should do it. It's fun. We did it one night. We burned with those little pieces of glass going everywhere. I can't believe we didn't get cut up, but we burned holes in chairs, and there was stuff scattered everywhere around that campfire. It was incredible. Not party favor. Yes, it was, Ben. It's a stupid thing to do, but I didn't let that stop me.
Okay, well, let's switch our discussion off of different ways to blow stuff up just for sake of algorithm intervention. The topic: how many different invasive species do you have
5
up
years,
there
good grief.
by your place, man?
We talking
Non-native plants.
plants. Okay, I thought we were going somewhere else. I was
Man,
thinking some of the other invasive.
yeah, that's. I'd really like to talk about that one.
Yeah,
We'll do that
that
over
would
on West That's Real.
Yeah, that would border on political, wouldn't it? I don't know how many we've got. A bunch, I'm pretty sure. That's a relative term. Not very much lives up here. What do we got? Tumbleweeds. Almost anything is probably, if it's not grass, it's probably invasive. It's probably something brought in. All
Do y'all have any
cactuses.
Johnson grass left up
all,
there?
You know what? I hadn't thought about that. Once in a while I see some. It used to be everywhere, and I hardly ever see it now. That's weird.
But there's not enough
hadn't thought
water
about
for
it.
it up there anymore, man.
Yeah, that may be.
We used to have a big field down by us, and it hardly greened up at all this year.
I bet it's going to do good this next year. Your ground is wet there.
Man, it is. I hate to be. I'm smiling, and I know I'm being a jerkwad, but man, it's so wet here. There's just a blanket. Now I've got 3 chickens that have figured out how to get out of the enclosure. So I've got this blanket of grass out there. It's just green as can be, but it's only about 1.5 inches tall. Begin all of the tips of all the grass is cut off square. But I got dry grass, everything coming up all over the place. And boy, that leghorn, will you crack one of her eggs open and make pancakes with it? The batter comes out orange. Dude, those eggs are so rich. And she ain't eating nothing but grass. Grass and crickets.
Oh, y'all got a lot of crickets?
Well, we did have till she figured out how to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, we got nothing up here. We got nothing. There's nothing green up here at all. Zero.
We don't have it got so dry here. We don't even have any armadillos around. Do you have any armadillos up there, Rob?
No, I saw one. I tried to catch one while we were up there hunting the other day. I got just a piece of a video, and then I thought I'm gonna go catch him. Them little dudes can run. I didn't know that.
You didn't really? Yeah, they're fast.
No, I didn't. Yeah, we don't have them here. Not usually.
Yes, man, that is true.
Texas privet. I don't know what that is, Ben.
You can tell a wise young man by his efforts to sit and listen intently to a dumb old man.
I'd be the young man. I'd be the wise young man. My little brother ordered chicks. Anna made me think of something. My little brother ordered a batch of chicks from the place he always gets them from. He ordered them 3 or 4 days ago. They ain't getting here till July.
Wow.
And I've got a hen out there sitting on a clutch of about 20 something right now. So I'm gonna make sure she hatches them out. I guess I can't make sure of that, but if she hatches them out, I'm gonna take care of them. Happy Hair just came in. Yes, ma'am. Did you come to see me? Oh, Well, you can. I thought. Thank you. How about that?
Right there in front of everybody. Did I tell you this was G-rated?
Well, what'd she
What's
say?
that? Okay, Adam. Yeah, that the leprosy. I did a really long video on this somewhere back there in my deal. Armadillos, 2% of the entire armadillo population are capable of carrying, genetically capable of carrying leprosy. Of that 2%
Dana, Bitty Boo said hi.
of the population of
She
armadillos
says
that
hi.
can carry leprosy, they believe approximately 2 to 3% do carry leprosy.
Oh, and Aid
Your
says hi.
chances of getting leprosy from an armadillo
She says hi, Aid.
are a lot less than getting hit by a truck. So there you go. That's the raccoons. The diseases that a raccoon carry, if the raccoon ain't acting right, don't eat it. There, you just avoided the hydrophobic. Problem solved. Don't go sticking your tongue in the raccoon's booty hole when you're cleaning it, and you're not going to have to worry about it. That's going to be something you're throwing away. Their intestinal, the stuff lives in their guts and stuff. You inspect their stuff. You don't just kill an animal and put a blindfold on, skin it, and cook it and eat it. You look at what you're doing. Uh, they have to inspect every animal, well, every so many animals or whatever that are slaughtered at the big slaughterhouses to make sure that uh, diseased animals aren't getting through the slaughter. Trust me, when somebody finds out their cow has cancer, the first thing they do is push it on a trailer and take it to the market because they don't want to watch the cow die of cancer out in the field. They want to sell it. So there's a reason they have to do the inspections and stuff. Chances are it's eye cancer, kidney cancer, liver cancer, something like that, where they just got to throw that part away. The rest of the animal is perfectly fine.
And now if you take an animal to sale, whether it's a sale barn or slaughterhouse, it has to be able to walk off the trailer. If it can't get off the trailer on its own, it doesn't matter if it's a broke leg or what, they won't take it. You can't do it. But if you can zap it a couple of times and get it to stand up and hobble off, as soon as it makes it out of the gate and into the chute, they're good to go.
Yeah.
That's the best. No kidding, Biddy. That's kind of cool. I bet a baby armadillo would be fun.
A friend of mine caught one time, and I didn't never think about it. It was a little bitty, about the size of a pack rat, man. That the body of that armadillo wasn't maybe 7, 8 inches.
Wow.
It never occurred to me to keep that thing.
Ah,
I told him, I said, man, let that go.
hi, Wayne. Isn't it time for Wayne to start being grateful again?
No, I think he likes the ungrateful peasant. I think he's gonna keep it.
Yeah, I guess.
I live next to a dairy farm. Does that count? Thinking thing.
Sort of.
Man, I'd a whole lot rather live by your feedlot, dude. You have
It has
no
its ups and
idea
downs.
the they have to wash everything at the dairy. So
Mm-hmm.
some massive amount of their cow crap that they have over there is kept sopping wet. It's like they have two giant open cesspools.
Yeah.
Um, the one that they just built is literally less than a half a mile from my house.
Ah, my headset just went dead.
What is Biddy talking about?
Who?
Biddy Boo, she's talking about something that turns gray and it was pink and then it
Yeah,
turned
her
gray.
her her baby armadillo, I think.
Oh, well, this one had already turned gray. Brownish. Night Bent.
Are you gonna be
And
racing?
hello, Susan. Susan. Hello.
Oh, okay. Did you get the chicken dumplings out? That's what I want to have. Okay. You can still come over here.
No, I need flour.
Okay.
Iodine dip for what? They had too many side things going on over in the chat now. I don't even know what there's going on.
Oh, not bent.
Well, you're in the way, Rob.
I saw that.
Did she know about your alter ego?
Yes, I
Alter
think so.
channel?
Yeah, we had a fairly good laugh. I got her here was going to troll Wes's channel again, and somebody figured out it was me, and Wes was like, "I don't think that's him." And then he was like, "Wait a minute, that's him."
Oh, I got one of you. You want this one, honey? Oh, no, that's not one. That's I think this is the cheesecake one. Yeah, that was the cheesecake one.
Oh, I was going to bring.
No saving it now.
So she made cheesecake for you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Uh, that one was Dr. Pepper.
Some weird jelly beans.
They're jelly bellies, man. You don't
Yeah,
know
I don't guess I ever heard of them.
really? Don't
I
try
have.
them. They're each jelly bean is a different flavor.
That's a
You
lot
have
of.
blueberry, bubblegum, buttered popcorn, which isn't that great, cappuccino, which is delicious, caramel corn, which is good, chocolate pudding, coconut, cotton candy, good, and W cream soda, good. Dr. Pepper, the best. Uh, French vanilla tastes like ah. Um, green apple,
I had
juicy
a
pear,
girlfriend like that, Adam.
sun-kissed lemon. I don't think I've ever had one. Lemon lime, okay. Licorice, like those. Orange sherbet, like that. Peach, like that. Pina colada, like that one. Pomegranate,
Wow.
red apple, A&W root beer. That one's good.
Good grief, there are
Uh,
a lot of flavors of them. Holy cow.
Disney cinnamon, strawberry cheesecake, sun-kissed tangerine, toasted marshmallow. Those are good.
If what? Happy Happy Hair asked if you've had the flavor that's earwax.
No,
Is that a real thing?
yes,
Probably in those first ones, whatever.
they have some that deliberately, um, they're nasty.
Yeah,
Um,
earwax flavor is a real thing. Why?
I don't
Why?
know, man.
He says there's a rotten milk is another flavor. Oh, really? Vomit? Good grief. Remind me. No, I wouldn't, Wayne. I do not think I would love the earwax.
I
But
haven't seen those, but I've
that's what
heard
she
about
said, a
them.
Harry Potter thing.
These are
Japham. Yeah. Jason says, just how do you know that they taste like earwax in the first place? And Anna said, but okay, who tasted the actual earwax to develop the flavor? My goodness.
maybe
Rotten.
one of the lemon lime ones. Let's see. We're going to do taste test Jerry Bellies.
Got to be better than earwax.
I digress. That one was the apple.
Ah, ooh, that's probably good.
We got. I think this one's either going to be the cherry or the cinnamon. The cinnamon ones are good. I don't even like
Oh,
cinnamon. I like these.
I'm sure. Yeah, y'all got happy hairs mouth watering now. Bitty Boo says it's a game called Bean Boozled. Oh, so you played it? We have it? Really? Oh, I missed it.
You don't like Jelly Bellies, Digger? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, right, Jason?
Man, I have a.
Them
I'm
days would be.
sorry. I have a jelly or a jelly bean thing, man.
I
And
used to
that's
like
why I was
jelly
really
beans too.
disappointed when I couldn't eat that bag of jelly beans that were like super old. I was like, please tell me jelly beans are a forever food.
You know, Oliver's right. I mean, think about the Japanese. How many people did they kill trying to decide which parts of which fish you really weren't supposed to eat? You know, because the first time they did it and somebody died, they're like, okay, was that a one-off or is that really going to kill everybody every time? Let's get 3 or 4 more people in here, serve them a piece of that, see what happens.
Yeah.
I've thought about that. How do you find out a puffer fish is kill you every time unless you cook it one certain way?
Let's put it this way. You wanted to be the samurai that did good in the last battle.
Yes,
Samurai Joe, come here. You are going to taste this.
yes. Oh, we have a special dish for you. Yeah, say no. Oh, just 8.
Too bad, that was that was racist. I'm sorry. Um, so gonna get kicked off of YouTube now. Um,
Maybe a wager involved. Yeah, yeah, Japham, maybe so. Here, I dare you to eat that. Okay, I'll eat it.
they said that I was watching deal on actually watching stuff on invasive species today, and
I wonder what
and
going on this.
dude, the entire freaking world is that other countries are having problems with our critters, and we're having problems with other countries' critters. The only people that don't have to worry
Yeah,
about invasive species from America is Asia. Apparently, we're not allowed to carry anything over there. Um,
right.
the but the lionfish, the spines are poisonous, but the rest of the
Uh
fish
huh.
is perfectly safe, and apparently, it's like super delicious. You
Really?
just They just won't take bait. The only way to catch them is to
Pretty
physically
sound great.
swim down there and get them. So
Take a net and some gloves. Secret weapon. Yeah, exactly, Wayne.
you know those little boxes of bait shrimp or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever
Or
got
frozen.
anything cool in those? Whenever you open them, you're like, oh, look, I got a bunch of shrimp. But then, hey, what is this? What is this? What is this? What's the coolest
I
thing
haven't.
anybody has ever got in their box of frozen bait shrimp?
Huh.
The
Oh,
the
I can't wait.
absolute
Yeah.
coolest thing I ever got was a little tiny squid. There's a little
Really?
squid in the shrimp. And
That's kind of cool.
there's been crabs in there, uh,
Acupuncture.
squid, uh, a creature that I had no idea what was.
You should have done a catch and cook on that one.
Got your chocolate milk.
We don't want to talk about the strangest thing you've ever got in your chocolate milk. Ah,
Yeah.
stupid. Man, how does a rat even get into the part of the machine where he can lose a foot for milk?
That's no big deal. You know, I got back in Colorado while I was living up there. I bought a thing of what kind of yogurt was it? Yo Play yogurt, and was sitting there eating it, and bit down, and one of the blueberries was really crunchy, and I thought, I don't think blueberries are supposed to be crunchy, and so I kind of spit it out, just kind of curious, and instead of being a blueberry, it was a great old big carpenter ant, about that big, and I thought. I looked at the label again. I was like, no, it don't say carpenter ant flavor, but I figured and you know me, I don't care. I'll eat a bug. I thought it was funny, but I thought, well, they might want to know about that just in case somebody threw a handful of them in there. So I called them up and I said, hey, it's no big deal. I just thought I'd let you know while I was eating this thing of blueberry yogurt, and one of the blueberries had pinchers on the front of it, and they were all apologetic, and I was like, it's no big deal, it's okay. They said, well, look, can we send you a coupon for a thing of some more yogurt? And I was like, sure, that'd be fine, I'll go for that. I said, but I'm not worried about it. And they said, no. I gave them my address. Dude, they sent me one of the big yellow envelopes stuffed full of coupons for free stuff. Apparently YoPlay is owned by, now I'm not going to remember if it's Nestle or Pillsbury or some big company like that. And so they had tons of stuff. One of those companies that owns a ton of different things. I got all kinds of free food out of that. It was great.
Did it have a little tool belt on it? I was telling Biddy, I think it was Biddy I was telling about your, man, I was telling somebody about the ants in South Texas, and we found those big black ones with the white stripes on them. And one of them
Yep.
stung you, and you said that wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah.
Were you picking up the firewood or whatever?
Yeah, it
Oh.
wasn't as great as you might think it would be. A little tool belt on, that's funny. Oh, wow. Yeah, chicken poop noodle soup.
Chicken
No.
poop noodle soup. That's an Oriental dish. I've had that.
Orange cream. Yeah, try the blueberry, Tibor. That's where the ants are. That one has more protein.
A friend of mine to this day, he will not eat hot dogs. He went to on a field trip at a bologna and hot dog plant or whatever. I mean, the brats were running around the equipment; they would fall off, and they didn't turn it off, man. They just kept grinding.
Hey, that's a hot dog for you, buddy.
Where was it say? The ingredients was it beef, chicken, and animal byproducts. You're like,
Uh,
I know what the animal byproducts are.
whatever animal was by the machine when
And whatever fell into the vat.
it. I ordered that in Lubbock one time in my younger days. There's a hamburger joint there, chain of them, which what's some place I always like to take you to go get tater tots and hamburger. I just blank. Peach, yes, Peach Burgers.
Oh,
There was
I
one,
love pizza.
yeah, Peach are great. I went there one time and ordered cheeseburger and was eating it and just, sitting there for my lunch break and just happened to look down and chewing my bite. And there on the edge of the patty where I had just took a bite out was half of a fly. I was like,
Oh,
I don't know where the other half is. I took him over to the counter. I said, I'm pretty sure I told you no flies in this hamburger. And the lady looked at me funny and I showed her. She took it from me and gave me another one. I didn't care. It's like the old joke.
Now.
Finding, what's worse than finding a worm in your apple? Finding half a worm. Yeah.
Did you ever eat at Irving's over there by the fairgrounds before they closed?
I didn't.
I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
I feel bad for you. We'll do.
Was it good?
We drove by there a couple of years ago and it was closed down. I'm like, no. But
Did you ever go to Stubbs back when it was a thing? Stubbs barbecue?
yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
I only went there once. I don't hardly remember because I was with friends and we had been, doing other stuff before that. And so my memory's a little fuzzy on it. But, now it's one of those things I'm like, oh, man, that was a cool place to go.
Yeah, Stubbs was cool. The barbecue was okay. Man, I never should have ate at Blackland's, dude. Literally everywhere, every barbecue place I eat from now on will have to try and hit that bar. And dude,
Where?
the bar is Blackland's Smokehouse. It's a local joint.
There at Snyder?
No, it's Roscoe. They have a place here, but it
Oh.
ain't the one from Roscoe.
Huh.
It's good. It's just not as good.
Yeah, kind of like Leal's.
They cook it. They do the meat the same way, but it's not the same guy doing the cooking. So I don't know what he does. I don't know if he sits out there all night and serenades the meat while it's smoking. I don't know. But
by the way,
it's so good.
Too far, look up there. Billy made a joke. Billy, truth be told, made a joke, and it's extremely clever. It's good. You have to read it, and you have to know. I'll read it to you. It says, Billy says, I look out for the welder ants. They sting.
That's funny.
My brother and I were talking about that. I'd always used to always wonder if you could get shocked from a welder, if you actually got between the tip of the rod and the other source, and about 40 feet up in the air, me with, sleeveless shirt on, a guy hauling up a stinger, and I'm sitting there holding on, for dear life up there, and I'm watching that stinger come around and that welding rod graze me up under the armpit.
Oh,
whoa. About knocked me off of there. Man. All hot and sweaty anyway. Boy.
I have never clamped the ground clamp for my brother's sweaty blue jeans while he had sweaty gloves on holding the stinger. Taking down on the snap. Never.
Oh, that's terrible. I got to remember to do that.
It'll light them up, buddy.
Oh, no doubt.
And then he put the thing back on there, and it was welding long. And then it did it again, but it was because his glove was whatever, And long story short, he shocked himself after that, and he thought I'd done it again. And I thought I was going to die that day.
Closest thing I've ever done to that was a long time ago. You know, for people that remember how cars used to work, ran a piece of coax cable. You know, it's got that braided copper around it. Peeled that back a ways and ran the other end through. It in a car, ran it through the firewall, and connected one end of that copper braid to the ignition coil, and the other end of that copper braid ran it under the floorboard, the floor mat, and up into the seat, and just kind of frayed those ends out where they were just kind of up under the fabric of that seat right there. And when the dude got in, went to start his car, window was only halfway down, and he about jumped all the way out that window when he hit that starter.
Damn.
I felt awful about it. Well,
Yeah.
I'm completely awful, but
Not too terrible bad.
yeah,
The
not for long.
toughest guy I've ever seen. I would have quit. I'd have drug up on the job. Well, I'm gonna have to remove that to over there. The We'd spent probably 3.5 hours digging out a pipeline. No, the flow line. The flow line that was leaking.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the hole dried in. We got it shut in and stuff. We had the pressure off of it. The guy had all he had to do was weld it up, and we could go home. As soon as he got everything started, it started raining,
Uh-oh.
and it didn't require uh, X-ray or nothing like that. He just had to get it done, and he called and said, "Hey, it's raining." Blah blah blah. They were like, "That flow line has X number of wells shut down. We really need you to do that if there's any way you can get it."
Of course.
And he made an excuse or whatever. They said, "We will pay the bill." He said, "You will pay my invoice." They're like, yes. He crawled back and he started welding. He welded. I mean, he just kept burning rod the entire time. He had two welds because he cut a piece out and he had to put it in.
Uh-huh.
The entire time he's running that, we're standing behind him watching, and there's an arc jumping from his ear to his head.
Wow.
Just we're just like, he's just like, man, the words coming out from under that hood.
I'll bet. He knew all
He
the math.
welded. It took him 20 minutes. That was the fastest welding I've ever seen, too. Took him 30 minutes to get that done. He invoiced them a full 10-hour day.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
Oh,
Grief.
I missed one. I wish you could taste this, man.
Save me a couple.
Oh, I wonder if they put nasty ones in here on purpose.
That's my understanding. That yes, they do.
Well, then I'll never buy another one.
I mean, good grief. If they make flavors called earwax and vomit and rotten eggs and sour milk, I feel like it's on purpose.
Yeah, but you should, if you want to do the, the risk getting one of the nasty ones or whatever, the bag should be clearly marked. This has nasty ones in it.
Unless it's just something everybody knows.
There's no way that anybody could like that flavor.
What was it?
It's supposed to be French vanilla. Dude, it tastes. Well, it tastes like a sewer
French?
smell. It is nasty.
Was it French vanilla? Was it French vanilla or French whore?
Wow. Well, she needs to wash her wee wee. Nasty, nasty.
Touche.
Douche. Yeah, douche. Wow. Anyhow, um, oh,
Happy hearing you are pretty proud of us right now.
my cabinet ain't as full as your cabinet. I'm gonna have to go to the cabinet store. Did did I ever bring you any of this stupid wine or not?
Do
My
what?
cactus wine. Did I ever bring you any of the cactus wine?
Nope, I hadn't had any of it yet.
Oh, better bring you some before I drink it all.
I agree. We'll
Um,
probably have a business meeting tomorrow night at the Dart and Cigar Lounge, the Speakeasy.
I'll have to check. I don't. Tomorrow I have to go over there and get my wheelbarrow. I got almost all my tools off that job site, but um, dude, that's a lot of walking. That's a big house, and I got home, and by the time I got it all put up, I was like, man, I used to like walk 10 miles because a tree fell down in my driveway in the ice, and I still haven't cut it up because, well, I don't put anything off for tomorrow that I can do week after
Next
next.
week, yeah. Just tasted too many. Bitty. Tibor, when we were in ag class, we were doing welds, and that day we were working on T welds. Where weld, a piece like that. Oops, there it is. And a buddy of mine, what the trick was, you do the weld, lay the weld down there, take it over to the bandsaw, and then cut the T down like that and peel it apart, so that the teacher could inspect to make sure that the bead was done all the way, into the metal on both sides. And a friend of mine had just done his. I mean, took it off the welder, walked over to the bandsaw, zing, cut it down where he could pull it open with his gloves on, holding it with a pair of pliers, took it over to the ag teacher and held it out and said, "This one's ready to inspect." The ag teacher picked up on what was going on and reached out with his bare hands and grabbed it and then threw it down, spit his cigar out, and cussed the student. And I don't remember what kind of grade he got, but it was hilarious. We all tried not to laugh, except we did laugh. Hey, what you got?
Cactus wine right there.
That's pretty. That's pretty.
Uh, I recycled the bottle from something my daughter brought over here, which is sweet female dog. A
I'm
smooth
sorry.
and fruity,
Sweet what?
sweet female dog. I don't want to say the word, man.
Oh.
A smooth and fruity Moscato Rosé.
Yeah.
Um, oh,
Anna. I love Anna. She's great. Anna, you got to make more videos.
I can't get the cork out, man.
Oh my.
Took me forever to get the cork in here. You're supposed to like let it breathe, sniff the cork.
Yeah.
Cork smells good. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see the bubbles?
Yep.
It's actually
There.
carbonated, self-carbonated.
Oh.
Y'all won't think we go wino? Let's go wino.
Cheers.
If I knew a redneck that could make wine like this, I'd marry him.
Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock. All right. I should pretend like I'm a good husband. Happy Hair said she was ready. She had a show she did in Lubbock tonight at one of the wineries, at Caprock Winery. And so she got home late, but she says she would like us to eat supper and get the day done with so that she can start another one tomorrow. So I mean, what I'm saying is I should probably get off.
Yeah, I need to go. It's been 2 hours. These people expect me to stay down there 3, 4, 5 hours.
Well, you seldom disappoint. I'm glad we can do this. I like doing this.
This is fun, man. It's like
Yeah.
if more people would be willing to jump in here, man, we could just have like I can host 8 people, folks.
Well, but then it's hard to talk. Everybody talks over each other and their microphones shut each other down. It's fun, but yeah, it's harder.
That's true. But anyway, you have any words, parting words of wisdom on topic for these people? The whole topic of this thing is don't sit
Invasive
around with your
species.
thumb up your butt and say you can't practice on stuff. There's all kinds of invasive species out there that you can.
Yeah. Yeah, most weeds you can eat. Learn which ones are good, which ones you can eat, and how to do it. It's a handy thing to know for just in case. You never know when something like that might serve you well.
People always grabbing about kudzu. It's food.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Yeah.
But yeah, practice because I don't think anything's gonna get any better. I can't. I think we might
Very
get the
optimistic
eye
right
of the
now.
storm, but then that eye wall is going to hit us again.
Yeah.
So
I expect.
anyway,
Anyway,
y'all stay alive.
Thanks for hosting a good show tonight, man. It was fun. I appreciate seeing everybody here. It was great, y'all. There were a lot of good people here. I enjoyed all the cool comments.
I really appreciate you coming over, Painless Brother One. See y'all later.
All right. Good night, y'all.